The World Links, yeah, we put the big one book out again in the last game, and you can see 50 off the first round. He's not going to win some games. So, boys, we had a good chat about it. We've got a lot better.
Hey guys, good evening. Can you hear me? Just a comm check. Let me open the app as well. I'm recording it, right? Yes, recording is going on. Alicia. Yeah, so sorry guys, we were discussing about the schedule. So we heard that some of you needs to, the two questions. First is that you guys won't be available from 16th to 26th, I believe, because you have some sessionals. And second is that some people wants to extend that project thing. So me and Mohit were discussing on that. Okay. 1 second, guys. Let me open the app as well. Guys, how many of you have submitted the project? Only Simran? Nobody else? Okay. Rhythm. Okay, no issues, should be no issues. So we are discussing on that as well. Varun will update you on this on the group as well by tonight or by tomorrow. Yeah, so guys, those who have not submitted, is it the time issue or is the things are not clear in the course or some doubts are there? Because I have ran through the code last week, right? The whole code last Friday, I believe. Module by module, I went. I think the code is pretty much clear. The objectives are also like that. Okay, no worries. We can sure discuss on this part, and people in the academy are also discussing amongst themselves with Varun. And yeah, no, Varun will take the final call. Okay, but only three of you have done it. Simran, Nikita, Rhythm, Shubhi. Okay, makes sense, guys. Okay, so guys, so you have sessions from 16 to 26, right? This is the correct information, right? I just read on the WhatsApp. 16 to 26. Okay. Tough time. Internals. Makes sense. So, if you want, I'll try to finish this quickly so that you get more time, like at least 15-20 minutes to work on your project also. But if you don't want, like I can go on and on. I have a lot of topics to cover. But if you want, I can quickly cover them and you can devote some 15-20 times to submit your project and finish it for last. Okay. Just submit for evaluation, and any doubts you have for the code, we can definitely take care of it. Okay, so let's start for today's lecture. It's more about a theory lecture, so I'll try to finish it. I'll try to cover it quickly as much because I wanted you to finish the project as well. So last 15 minutes, if anybody has doubt related to project also, uh, we can take it up. Let me start. So HTTP URLs and verbs. Guys, what's an HTTP? It's actually a protocol. So if you are computer science students, I don't have to mention you what is HTTP's full form. It's Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And yes, it's a fancy full form. Call into ACAD view content team. If we move forward, let's try to understand it by breaking it down: hypertext, transfer, and protocol. Okay, just for your information, because you need to form your basics right first. And whenever we start something, either you go for web scraping, you go for Django, you go for HTML, you go for CSS. You need to know the basics. So yeah, so ACAD view definitely starts from the basics. I've seen that the content always starts from the basic part and then they move towards the expert level. So what is hypertext? It's of course, it's same as HTML, guys. Okay, but it's hyper because it's more than just simple text. It contains links. You just understand what is hypertext. You don't have to, do some query on it, but just try to understand why we use HTTP and what's the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. S is more secure. That's the only reason. Okay, so if you see here, this part, S is more secure. They have some certificates related to HTTPS. So if you click here, some certificates comes into existence which are more secure. That's why we use HTTPS. All the websites use that. And yeah, so hypertext is of course simple, but it contains links and style. It's actually a class apart. So as simple as that. Transfer क्या होता है? Simple, moving from one point to another. We'll be sending data packets from one client to servers to different servers around the world. So just understand, transfer means to send some information in the form of data packets from one point to another. Okay, so we have protocol. Protocol means, guys, rules in one short word. And would you ever do this in front of your teacher? Of course not. So protocol is nothing but set of rules and conventions or expected behavior out of whenever you type something. So you have to follow a set of rules when when you type a link or access a URL like that. So just like we have made that a rule that all the doubts will be communicated through WhatsApp. हमने जो rule बना रखा है, so you all have to follow through set of rules for this project. You have to submit it on time. You have to submit the code in a specific way with specific number of files. वैसे ये कुछ protocols होते हैं which there are for HTTPs. So we could have also done this on Skype and Facebook, but we have laid down the basic rules. So there are some basic rules of communications, or in our computer science, in our web language, there are some protocols which every URL has to follow. Okay. So अब एक example लेते हैं थोड़ा समझने के लिए. So when you want to ask someone for the time of day, सबसे पहले you greet it hi. उसका response क्या आता है? That guy will say hi. Now you take the response hi as an indication and proceed to ask time. ठीक है? जैसे उसका hi का reply आया, आप क्या करोगे? You'll ask him the time. और फिर उसका response आएगा. A usual response to your question is returned by the time of the day. Simple है. किसी से आपने पूछा कि क्या टाइम है, पहले आपने हाई बोला, उसने हाई रिप्लाई किया, फिर आपने पूछा व्हाट इज द टाइम, वो दूसरा वाला बंदा आपको बता रहा है दैट दिस इज द टाइम ऑफ द डे. अब मैं से क्या आपको समझाना चाह रहा हूँ, यही समझाना चाह रहा हूँ दैट HTTP is actually an agreement between computers on how to communicate. So it's all about data, right? So computers of course क्या send करेगा, it will send binary files, packets, data packets and all. So HTTP defines how communication will happen for taking an action or doing something on data. मतलब जैसे आप इस लिंक को एंटर करोगे, so HTTP will decide कि आपको क्या मिलेगा from the server where ACAD view is hosted. Don't get confused. Just understand the HTTP is actually an agreement between computers on how to communicate. That's it. Okay. अच्छा, अब एक्शन का मतलब क्या है यहाँ पे? जो मैं कह रहा हूँ for taking an action, जब मैं इसको enter दबा रहा हूँ तो एक action हो रहा है, ठीक है? So what does that mean? So there are 4 types of action. Crude, if you remember, guys. Created, read it, updated, deleted. Similarly, in web, let's take an example of a restaurant. Between you and a server. Server means a waiter. In the case of restaurant, so भैया table साफ कर दो और butter chicken और रोटी ले आओ. So you ask the guy, the waiter, to clean the mess and order butter chicken and roti. So server, the person who is bringing you the food, he brings the food and says, sir, please have it. What you do, you finish the food and ask for the bill. Server brings the bill and you pay either to cash or Paytm or anything like that. Okay. Purpose क्या है समझाने का? कर दो, ले आओ, ये लो. These are actually the actions. ठीक है? ये actions हैं, which implies that person is doing something. ये हुई person के respect में. Now let's talk about the respect with computers. Similarly, हमारे पास we have verbs. Verbs means, why do we call them verbs? Is actually the action, a word that describes an action. So in our web part, if HTTP wants to have some action, if you want to define some action, we do it through some commands, or it's actually not a command. It's actually, I'll show you also. So post is one thing, which creates a new data. So it's an action for HTTP. Okay. Second is get, fetch an existing data, put, update an existing data, delete an existing data. ठीक है? ये 4, if you remember, crude वाला हिसाब यहीं पे ही है. ठीक है? Create, read, update, delete. ठीक है? So yes, this will ring a bell if you remember the crude from our first class. Okay, guys, any question here or any point which needs to be re-explained? Guys, no question, right? Okay, let's quickly finish this and move to our next slide. Okay, so now this sentence will not apply to us because you understood what I said. So I know you guys are thinking, "Bhai, kya bol gaya ye?" But you understood it, right? No, Divyansh, I'll give you the answer. Don't worry. So let me translate for you guys. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Guys, who gave this? Who gave this line? Which scientist gave this line? Anybody remembers this? Yep, Sir Isaac Newton, guys. Exactly. Similarly, we have request response pair in HTTP. Okay. अब request क्या है? तुम्हारा action है, और response क्या है? Reaction. If I enter this, it's my action, and what I get, this is the reaction. ठीक है? So we send a request and we get a response. Then we again send a request and we get a response. That happens again and again. The moment I'm clicking here, it's my action and you're getting a response. Ping and ping pong. Okay, sounds like playing a ping pong. Okay. So you give an action, request, so you send a request, you get a response. Just remember like this. Request here has the same meaning as the English word request. Okay. We send HTTP request to a server. अब देखो होता क्या है, आप कुछ भी एंटर करोगे, ठीक है, इस लिंक पे आप एंटर करोगे. सो HTTP रिक्वेस्ट इज सेंड टू अ सर्वर. जहां पे ये ACADView वेबसाइट होस्टेड होगी, वहां उस सर्वर पे ये HTTP ये लिंक एंटर करते ही हिट करेगा, ठीक है, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ रिक्वेस्ट मैसेज व्हिच हैज 3 पार्ट्स: रिक्वेस्ट मेथड, हेडर्स, मैसेज बॉडी. Now let me introduce you the word get. Get request is your read action. Get request is for getting different data entities, for example, image, text, HTML page, etc. Basically, when you are typing a URL in the web browser to access a web page, you're executing a GET request. अब मैं आपको बता रहा था ना बार बार कि जैसे ही आप इस पे क्लिक करोगे, this is a get thing. You're asking for it. Okay, this is your action, and in response from the server, you got this this slide. So once I'm clicking this arrow, again, it's a get action, and what I'm getting a response in the form of a line. Okay, so that's how it happens. When you're typing a URL in the web browser to access the page, you're executing a GET request. It's similar to asking a server to get Malai Kofta in restaurant. Okay. अब देखो क्या है? Let's understand more. A GET request, which is this one, has something called a query parameter. अब देखो एक query parameter है क्या? A query parameter is actually similar to the input that we provide a function which in returns a value. मतलब ये अच्छा मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ ये query है क्या. Suppose let's take an example of Facebook. Profile.php or question mark ID equals to 4. This ID equals to 4. This ID equals to 4 is my query parameter. Getting guys? देखो यहाँ पे question mark program equals to com is my query parameter. अब a GET request can have 0 to n queries. First query parameter has question mark in front of it, and subsequent query parameters have and separating from it. ये and लगे हुए ना? These are my like subsequent query parameters which are separating multiple queries. पहले program com, फिर class URL और उसके बाद जो web page है ये. ठीक है? So this is how it functions using a get. So जैसे ही मैं इस link पे click कर रहा हूँ, I'll initiate a get request from the server through a query parameter using question mark and ampersand sign. Okay, let's play around with this. So if you see, let's do this. If you this Python, if you say R, so R is project for starters. So see what I'm doing, I'm not writing here, I'm just replacing the query parameter. So if I say a cat view, see, so this is how it's functioning. A GET request is hitting the Google server, and that Google server is taking this q equals to cat view as a query parameter. Of course, along with this one, but the first one is the query parameter. Similarly, if you go for all these bunch of links, so let's replace, okay, you can do it in your free time as well, but just understand what I'm trying to say here is we take q equals to query parameter और उसके बाद and for subsequent parameters ampersand करके we'll take subsequent parameters, but I don't know which is the next page, so I cannot write it over here right now, but yeah, you can use through other codes. You can try this one, and okay, so let's move further. Now that we know GET request, let's try to access Spotify.com. अब देखो, अब एक नया प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पे. जब मैं Spotify.com, guys, how many of you access this website, Spotify.com? Guys, anyone accessed this website before, Spotify? Nope. Okay. So, Shubham, again, are you able to access it? Oh, Eugene. Okay. Okay. Good. Good, buddy. Good, Shubham. So, guys, what I meant to say was that you cannot access. I mean, you can access this website, but it will not help you because it's not currently available in India. I think they are planning a soft launch in the coming few months, but right now it's not available. But you need to understand कि इसको पता कैसे चला कि मैं इंडिया में बैठा हूं और मैं इंडिया से एक्सेस कर रहा हूं. ठीक है, इसको पता ऐसे चला. The website doesn't want users from India right now, so but how does it get to know from India? HTTP request, yes, HTTP request allow for extra information about the request as part of headers. IP address, this is one of the main issue. Operating system, browser and similar information. ठीक है, मैंने आपको बताया ना get के अंदर header होता है, दो तीन चीजें होती है. One second, let me go and revise with you guys. Request method, header and message body. Just remember this part. So now how to see the headers. So just for the information, I'll tell you how to see them. You go to this page, go to inspect. Go to network. Go to, where is that? Doc. You need to press F5. See, if you press F5 here, you'll get to know why not available. The moment you click on why not available, you get to headers. So it's accessing your the whole information, IP address, request URL, status code, request method. So all these IP addresses which are associated with India, they might have a repository storing all these address, and you might not be able to access this website. But they're taking this IP address and information from client, which is us. Okay, so in headers they have all these things. So user agent, this is one of the main things. Okay, so similarly, how I did it, I went to inspect, I went to network, I did F5 here just to load for the first time. Okay, so the moment I click why not available, you'll get review, response, cookies and all. Go for headers and you'll get all the information which is sent as a GET request to the server is mentioned here. So यहीं से पता चलता है सर्वर को कि ये कहाँ से आया, ये रिक्वेस्ट कहाँ से आई है, whether in India, Russia, anywhere. Okay. So open Chrome, right click, choose the option inspect element, click on network tab, select talk option and then select headers. For why? For what purpose? To understand, so to understand from the server side that how it is interpreting our request information through request headers. ठीक है, रिक्वेस्ट हेडर्स के अंदर जो भी चीजें होंगी ये उस सर्वर के पास जाएंगी. सर्वर इट विल इंटरप्रेट इन सच अ वे कि उसे पता है कि ये आईपी एड्रेसेस इंडिया से बिलोंग करते हैं, सो यू विल नॉट गेट एक्सेस टू दीस आईपी एड्रेसेस. ठीक है, अब कहां हम यूज कर सकते हैं हेडर्स. सो फर्स्ट इज इट्स यूज्ड टू पुट location based restrictions on websites, just like how you cannot make an account in Spotify. इसने एटलीस्ट मतलब इसको लोकेशन पता है हमारी पहले से, क्योंकि हमने इसको इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है, सप्लाई करी है. सेकंड, इट्स यूज्ड टू पुट रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन स्पेसिफिक कंटेंट, जस्ट लाइक सर्टेन वीडियोस आर रिस्ट्रिक्टेड इन some specified locations. ठीक है, in Israel if YouTube blocks some videos related to Holocaust and all. Okay, so this is one way of doing it, or using headers information. Third is it's used to redirect the user based on their location, just like how Amazon redirect you to amazon.in to amazon.com. अब देखो location का second use क्या है. अब उसको जब आप amazon.com run करते हो, you'll definitely get a pop-up or a link or automatically redirects you to amazon.in, because that Amazon server is able to analyze your location and it's telling you that you should be going towards amazon.in instead of .com. So बहुत जब server side and client side scripting जो लोग करते हैं, they use lot of JSON, they use lot of this HTML, CSS, scripting, JavaScript and all. They do a lot of these stuff just to have these problem use cases in apply in real life. So किसी ने ये server side scripting करी होगी पहले से ही इन restrictions को बनाने के लिए. Okay, so guys, any question? Kuch, I am going little fast just to spend some time with you guys on the project. If you guys have any doubt, because I thought if I can complete this by 9:45 this lecture, then we can start. Then you guys can submit the project, or you can work for half an hour on that project as well. Okay, so let's move further. Now that we have understood the basics of get, guys, get is clear. Okay, request method, header and body. Post. Now let's come to the second most important action, which is called post. So guys, as you mentioned, post is for creating data. अब कैसे? This happens every time. जब भी आप कोई form fill करते हो, when I say form ना, when I say form, 1 second. If I can access, I cannot access Spotify, but see, देखो, जैसे ये form है, the moment I fill, I am creating data. ठीक है? Similarly, post, जब आप ये form fill करके submit कर रहे हो, you're actually using a post. Okay, you send a chat, you submit something on Facebook. Okay, all these actions are sent via post to the server to record them in a database. अब क्या करता है देखो, get में तो ये सीधा URLs hit करता है, post में क्या करता है, ये सारी fields का data पहले एक database में save होगा, या on the fly ये चेक भी करेगा. अगर मान लो ईमेल पहले से ही रजिस्टर्ड है तो ये ऑन द फ्लाई चेक भी करता है सर्वर कि whether this email is registered or not. So post के अंदर if email is good, then it will definitely store in database. So guys, this post conditions vary from site to site. ठीक है, कुछ लोग पहले सेव करते हैं. Okay, somebody save it and then check whether the email is valid, but some do it on the fly. So there are a lot of concepts in web programming, cookies, cache memory. Okay, if somebody has to go towards Django and web scripting side, then it's a very, very interesting field. So let's move. Let's analyze the contact us form and a login form on the Academy website. Of course, I showed you from Spotify itself. Okay, so it's something like similar to this only. So let's not. Okay, so guys, उसके अंदर क्या क्या होता है? Similarly, post में भी message body होती है. It has a header. It can have a query parameter. ठीक है? It can have a query parameter, but the convention is not to use them. जब आप चीजें सेंड कर रहे हो ना, यहाँ से सबमिट कर रहे हो, एक्चुअली वो एक क्वेरी पैरामीटर के थ्रू जा सकती है, बट इट्स नॉट अ कन्वेंशन बिकॉज अपना पासवर्ड आप क्यों क्वेरी पैरामीटर के अंदर डालोगे, ये कंसेप्ट है. सो इसलिए पोस्ट के अंदर वी डोंट सेल्डम यूज क्वेरी पैरामीटर, बट इट इज पॉसिबल, बट द कन्वेंशन इज नॉट टू यूज देम. अब डिफरेंस क्या है देखो, बड़े इजी डिफरेंसेस हैं, सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी हैं. Raj, post is more secure. It depends. What kind of no, the question is not related to security. Okay, Raj, even get is secure, right? That's why we use HTTPS. Even get is secure. So post is secure based on its own rules. The convention says that you don't have to add query parameter. Okay, but you can add query parameter, right? It's not a forced rule that there won't be any query parameter. They have the www people have the World Wide Web people, those who made HTTP and all, they gave that option to have query parameter in post. So security concept, it depends on the website whether they want their password to be sent to the server through a post method using query parameter or not. So it totally depends on the website. 1 second. Okay, so difference between get and post. Guys, get matlab ye, it only have ASCII characters. Post allows even binary data. अब post क्या है guys? Post में तो मैं अपना जब LinkedIn का account खोलता हूँ या Facebook का तो खोलता हूँ, I have the liberty to upload files and images also, right? So post allows even binary data files, and you can upload through post as well. Length of URL. Length of URL is restricted to 2048. मतलब एक URL की length भी तो एक limit होनी चाहिए ना, वरना everyone will be having some long and lengthy URLs. So 2048 characters in most browsers for get. Post has no limit. मतलब अब वो image जो आप post कर रहे हो, आप वो 1 GB की भी कर लो, मतलब 1 GB की तो image होती नहीं है, but if it is there, then it's highly sharp image. I mean, the clarity will be at the topmost level, but mostly we have 20-25 MB image which has good amount of pixels. उसके बाद हमारी eyes, they cannot figure out whether between 2K picture or 4K picture in mobile. Okay, so if you have a 4K screen and sometimes in future you have an 8K screen, so you won't be able to tell the difference between the two because your eyes won't distinguish between them. So that's why OnePlus, if somebody has OnePlus, they don't go for a 4K screen because they know that even higher full HD screen will serve the purpose. And this time in OnePlus 6 they have OLED AMOLED screen. So yep. Get is less secure than post as query parameters are visible. Yeah. So guys, post is more secure in a way if you are hiding everything. As I told you, right, कि अगर मैं query parameter नहीं लिखता हूँ तो post secure होगा. That depends on website to website. अगर यहाँ Spotify में मैं जब submit करूँगा चीजें, अगर वो यहाँ मतलब post command के अंदर, if it is going through as a query parameter, then it is not a safe thing because you don't want to transmit the password, right, in that way. So get is less secure and post is more secure in a certain way when query parameters are visible in get and not in post. Get is not used when sending password to or other sensitive information. Post is used for the same. Post is definitely used for sending passwords, binary files, data and all. Okay, self-explanatory. Okay, so guys, understand these codes. Now, these questions comes in definitely multiple choice in aptitude questions in computer science interviews. So I think that's why ACADU strongly focuses on these parts. Apart from data response, web servers also respond with status codes. अब देखो status code क्या है? Status code आपको कहाँ मिलेगा? Let's see. 1 second. Status code. You will get status code here, I believe. Network. Doc. Okay, so this site is functioning, right? Okay, 1 second. So 200, 400, 500. So if this site is everything good, its request is successful, so you will get this 200. Okay. यहाँ पे status code आपको दिखेगा, it's 200, it's green because everything is good and your request was successful. Now, कहीं पे जब if you have like if you ask for something from server and doesn't have, ठीक है, then it gives you a not found 404. I don't have any example. I really don't have an example. Okay, so don't worry. 404, just understand that not found, but you ask for something the server does not have. Okay. Now 500 also comes sometimes. So you sent a good request, but something went wrong with the internal server error or something like that, that your request could not be completed. यहाँ पे क्या होता है 404 में आपको वो मिला ही नहीं, वो URL मिला ही नहीं, ठीक है, मतलब सर्वर के पास वो URL की इंफॉर्मेशन है ही नहीं. 500 में क्या होता है, you have a part of it, ठीक है, but something happened that your request was not completed. इसमें ये नहीं है कि सर्वर के पास वो है नहीं, सर्वर के पास वो है, बट ऑन द वे समथिंग वेंट रॉन्ग एंड इंटरनल सर्वर एरर, the error came in the internal server and your request could not be completed. मतलब ये डिफरेंस है मैक्सिमम 400 400 500 के बीच में, बट आपको लाइफ में बहुत कम ही मिलेगा 400 400 500, बट इट्स द फाउंडेशन ऑफ error codes. Offline, Rahul, offline, fine, that is 404, right? Because no, I am talking about 404 when you're online, but there are some websites which doesn't have the information in that particular server. Okay, offline you also get 404, that's not an issue, but when I'm online, but I wanted to have some websites, but I don't have the examples because I've never searched any website which is not there in the server. So if I search for Google, definitely Google will hit the server of the Googles as well. So ये तब होता है मैक्सिमम केसेस में जब मैंने वेबसाइट बना रखी है वर्डप्रेस के अंदर और एक साल बाद वो वेबसाइट एक्सपायर हो गई, बट स्टिल it will hit the server of WordPress and you didn't found the website. ये example I wanted to show, but I don't have a website which expired. ठीक है, 500 will बहुत कम आएगा आपके पास ये error. So if anybody wants to know the exhaustive list of HTTP codes, go here. 100, 200, 100, 200, all the responses. If you want to study, then you can go to this link and you can start. Okay. So we don't need to remember, of course, because we have covered 95% of them, which is 500, 404, and the 201. Okay. So I think this is the last slide, but let me go through this link also. Okay, let's read this also. Let's complete this also. So HTTP put request method. अब ये करता क्या है, ये क्या करता है, एक नया रिसोर्स क्रिएट कर देता है, ठीक है. अब डिफरेंस क्या है पुट एंड पोस्ट के बीच में? पुट इज like idempotent, which means calling it once or several times successively has the same effect. मतलब put is idempotent, मतलब put अगर आप बार बार कॉल करोगे it will have the same effect. मगर if you successively access or send a post request or action, it will have an additional effects like passing an order several times. मतलब रेस्टोरेंट में अगर आप वेटर को बुला के यू आर सेइंग दैट यू रिपीटिंग द ऑर्डर अगेन एंड अगेन, सो आपका बिल उसी के अकॉर्डिंग बढ़ता जा रहा है, ठीक है. सो पोस्ट पे ये है. पुट में इज लाइक कुछ भी आप बार बार सेंड करते रहो, यू विल हैव द सेम इफेक्ट. ओके, सिंटेक्स इज आल्सो गिवन. इफ समबडी वांट्स टू ट्राई इट आउट, go in the, you can try it out as well. So let's move to delete. Okay, I am never tried this thing. Delete is I refrain from trying it because first of all, server won't give you that access to delete its resources, but just understand that if you want to delete a request method, it deletes the specified resource. Okay, so don't have to just understand what the four functions are. Don't have to really work on this delete part, because I think most of the servers don't allow to delete the resources. But you if you want to read through all, if you want to go and research about these steps, then you can see the responses. If a delete method is successfully applied, there are several responses available, 202, 204, like that. Okay, so each and everything you can study here. And yes, I think this is the one which we are talking about, right? Yes. So guys, I think this is the last slide, and we have some homework also. Observe URLs on various websites you visit and try to figure out the request and query parameters. Okay, this is one which I have already showed you. Okay, and difference between HTTP and HTTPS, I have told you the basic difference, but if you want to go into the architecture of both of them, just go towards it. One of the favorite questions of HTTP of the interviewers right now, at what's the difference between them. And third question is open the network tab, which I've already showed you. When you want to see the header, what kind of information is passed through the request header to the server or data you are sending, same issue. Okay, somebody tried VPN, right? So go and try VPN or proxy server to see how your request header change. Okay, this somebody should go and try it out and see if there is some issue or there is some changes in the request header prior to the normal website. So guys, what else we have? So any questions till now in this lecture? So this lecture is based on the fact that you need to understand what's going when we'll start using we'll start using web scraping or some sort of APIs. Okay, this is the background for it. And since we just got your schedule that 16 to 26 you are not available, we have to accommodate 3 more classes. So guys, any question till here? Guys, so if there are no questions, come on, let's start the project. So just quickly open in your laptop if you are in home. Just start it out. I finished the class at least 35 minutes early. You can finish the project, or you have any doubts, I can start the project here itself. I mean, I have given you a beautiful slide also for just to make you understand very good. Mom. Yeah, so don't worry, this is something different. This is actually beautiful soup web scraping libraries which we use. Okay, so for the project, if somebody was not present on that day, I had made this slide for each and every function. This is the starting function, start chat, and these are the corresponding functions which we were using in the whole code. Guys, one question. Any roadblocks in the objectives which is given by CAD view, or any? So the code is clear, right? The main file which we had created and I shared with you on the GitHub, is that clear, or is any issues coming in that file? So somebody had one issue. Which one was that? Somebody WhatsApped me. I forgot her name. I'm not sure, but I think that we solved that issue. Yeah, should be, yeah. So that was solved, right? So your CSV file was one thing which even I was surprised. But yeah, so you have to use that you load friends. Load friends is the issue. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. So is it sorted, right? That is sorted, right? Hey, but I WhatsApped you the entire code, right? You said that it's working now. I mean, because when I am running this here, I am really not getting an error. That's only because of your CSV, I must say. Okay, load friends. So if I want to see my friends, where is my load friend? No, actually, I also got this error when the first time I built a CSV here. Actually, I've never built a CSV. I used to do through pandas. So we already had the CSV files. We never created them. So if you import the pandas library, if you do, if you import pandas, pandas as PD, okay, and then file equals to PD underscore read CSV, PD.read CSV. Okay, and you mention the file in here, then it actually takes the file and converts into data frame. That's a different issue. But even when I did that, I experienced that for the first time. But then when I made the file through Excel, if for example, if we take it here, if you go in the Excel and you make the columns here and you save it as, now from here you save it as CSV, then I think my error was gone. I'm not sure. But that was the first time I saw the error. If you see, you have to make it comma delimited, and then it's keep using that format. Yes, and then if you close it, it will work. Guys, apart from Shubhi, any doubts on the code which I have shared, or any model which is not clear? Which one, Shivam? Guys, how is this possible? Let me open that CSV first. If you take this CSV, what? But so why didn't you guys approach to me? Only Shubhi approached me. I would have taken up this. So 1 second. 1 second. Then why my code is running? If I say Noddy, okay, yes. Then where is load underscore friends? Yeah, here it is. Okay, let me run this first. Maybe I am also getting that same error. Add a friend. I just let me add a friend. Please add your friend's name. After read message, it's showing error. Where? Read message. Oh, you're talking about read message function, right? Niti? Here, right? Why it's showing error? Read underscore message. Can somebody send me a snapshot of the error, or let me run it here? So the menu is 4. Okay, let me run this first. Okay, guys, index out of range is one more. 1 second. See, mine is getting red. Guys, are you sure you are following this one? Where it is? Yes, you're following this. Where is that? Yeah, this one. This sequence. Same sequence and the same sequence here also. This is friends.csv. Where is chats? Same sequence here also. When I pressed 4, I did read underscore message. It went up. It selected a friend. Okay. Okay. That totally makes sense, right? It's working now. Why is it not working with you guys? See, Mr. Lalit, Rajat, Asad, Divyansh. Lalit, Rajat, Asad, Divyansh. See, it's getting red. Can somebody send a snapshot here right now? Or how should we take it? How should we take this? I need to see the error first. So one second, Shubhi. So you are stuck there itself, or but when I sent you the code, was it working, or it was still throwing the same error? Or if you can, my code was showing the same error. Okay, let me do one thing, guys. I'm sending this chats as well as this friends. I'm not. No. Should be IDE. You're saying IDE, right? Friends and chats. Let me send this file to WhatsApp group and use this file and then run the same code. Okay. Oh, I need to open in my. Okay, I need to open in my cell phone also. That's why then only it will open. So guys, okay, this is a very good question, but we will definitely work on this tonight itself. Apart from this, any question which you got stuck? We have half an hour. Let's utilize this half an hour. I'll send the chat file, and you have the code file from the GitHub. Run this code on these two files, and don't change the sequence, guys. One thing I forgot to tell you. Don't change the sequence. My sequence is. Where is my sequence? Yeah, for writer row, this is my sequence. For reading also, for reading also this is my sequence. For writing, where is my read? Read. There is my read. Load friends. Where is load friends? Yeah. So for reading, guys, this is 0132. Okay. This part, my sequence is different here. So I'm sending you the chats file and friends file, and check whether the code is running or not. Send me a WhatsApp tonight itself, and we can connect if you want. Okay, makes sense. But apart from this question, so guys, you have to approach me, right? If you had three of you had this question, only Shubhi reached out to me. I would have taken a 15 minutes class for you guys extra. It's not an issue with me. So okay, so guys, I am sending you the file. So iPhone, really no clue. Submit कब तक कर सकते हैं? Because it's Varun's call. Varun has to take the call on this after, discussing with the fellow team. So, but I can tell you that by tomorrow you'll definitely have an update on the WhatsApp, or maybe tonight itself. But tomorrow, possibly, you can get an update on this. So even I have told Varun also that the students are really want an extension because of sessionals and all. So yeah, so definitely they're gonna work it out something. So it's just you guys are not available for next 10 days from 16 to 26. We have to complete. So two classes are remaining if we go by your schedule, and that is an issue. So two things you'll get an update by tomorrow, and wait for it. Okay, so let me. Yes, Shubhi. Delete your own created file, friends and chats file, and run the code with my CSV files. And that, guys, these are 2.7. Don't run in 3.6. I'm not sure which function will not work in 3.6 now. I have a habit of running in 3.6, but this because of this stenography now, this spoiled the whole thing. Okay. Okay, guys. So if you don't have questions, then I'll definitely send this file just when I disconnect, and then try it out and send me the snapshot as well as your code also. Okay, you have my email ID arunnaudiyal786. Just in subject write your name, and I'll definitely run it tonight itself and send it to you by tonight or tomorrow morning. Okay, guys, make sense? So no questions, right? Okay, guys, then I'll end this class. But please, devote next complete the project apart from this error. Okay, try to complete your project, and we'll connect on Friday. Okay, thank you. Good night, guys. I have my dinner. Bye bye. Take care. But why is this friends not working? My read message is there. Okay. Okay, guys. Good night. Bye bye.